Well. Osmo Mobile 7P just came out a day ago. I ran up on Amazon and I saw this thing and I was like, yeah, next day, give it to me. It's in. I want to talk about this real quick. Now, for some of you that are watching this video, you're probably going, well, you know what, Leon, it doesn't look like there's anything that has changed. And obviously, you saw the little module on there that does face tracking and stuff like that. I've seen this kind of tech before on other brands, and it works good. Don't get me wrong. This is definitely a nice upgrade, but I want to really take a look at this and compare it with my Osmo Mobile 6 right here. Guys, it's still in pristine condition right here. I may have to sell this thing since I've got this thing now, because honestly, everything on here looks like it's the same as Osmo Mobile 6. So anyway, today let's take a look at this thing in comparison with the Osmo Mobile 6, because I know some of you guys really like the Osmo Mobile 6. Now, the question today is, do I keep this or do I return it? Or do I sell my Osmo Mobile 6 off? I think that's the big question right now, because guys, I do spend my own money on these. DJI did not send me these products at all, which the only reason why I'm kind of jealous, by the way, is because a lot of creators out there, they get these products way ahead of time. They get time to like test them out and stuff like that, and I don't. This is literally my first time unboxing this thing. For one thing, I do notice the box is smaller now. They are making everything smaller, I guess. Alrighty. Yeah, because they package everything in a bag. Nice, okay. Got instruction booklet with QR codes and so on. So I might need that if I'm going to return this. Okay. So first impression is that folding is literally the same. It's not a lot of difference here, except I did notice that you see how it's more like straight right here. The other ones, it kind of like does this. Anyway, we'll get into that in a little bit. It looks very similar in my opinion. Now, the one thing I did notice as I'm watching some of the product videos that they launched with is that they took inspiration from the flow from Insta360, which I thought was pretty genius, by the way, from the flow, because now I don't have to carry another mini tripod with me. You guys know this one, right? I mean, that's been around for, I don't know, forever, these mini tripods. Now it's just underneath here now. So yeah, very good on Insta360 for doing that. So I'm going to give them credit instead of DJI, because we know where that came from. It feels a little bit more sturdier than the Insta360 Flow. This thing doesn't pull out longer, but I think it's going to be fine. It is pretty stable. Now, oh, let's push this thing in. Wow. Ooh. Definitely need a little grease on that for sure. Okay, you got to find like a good spot for it to pull into. All right, I would say that, guys, this is not a well thought out design, because going in and out is kind of rough. It's very unlike DJI to do this, by the way. But hey, you know what? They got to accomplish. Be careful that it doesn't like clip your skin as it's going in there. Anyway, I'm glad they did do this. Still has a mini tripod mount under here, by the way. So you can still attach it if you don't like the way that works, or if you want to attach it to, let's say, a tripod or something like that, or a longer stick. Still works, okay. But why would you need a longer stick when they brought back the infamous selfie stick? It's still here. Honestly, I don't use this feature all that much, to be honest with you, but I'm glad it's there. I see that they still do the whole, as soon as you open it up, it starts up. As you can see right now, it is like, it start up. It's balanced. So that's still there. You can still pull this thing together and fold it in. as it's, yeah, as you open it up, it just starts up. All right, so they still kept the same knob, record button, joystick, that kind of stuff. It looks like the LED is still the same, where you press the different mode. Okay, that's fine. Let's go ahead and take a look at what's in this little box right here, because I believe this is where all the extras are. Okay, so this is what makes the P special right here, guys. Okay, I will get into this little clamp in a little bit, because that's very similar to the Mobile 6, but I noticed there's one thing that's different, but I'll get into that in a little bit. Let's take a look at this little module here, because this is what makes the P. Don't quote me on that. Essentially what DJI has done is, this is like genius. This is why DJI is DJI, by the way, is because they have the sensor on here. I believe it's like LiDAR. And then they actually built in the light into this whole thing as well. And on top of that, they actually built it to where I can hook my DJI mic up on this thing, on one module. Nuts. This is like nuts right here, I would say. But yeah, they've somehow crammed all that tech into this little thing right here. Because guys, this is about the size of my DJI mic. Look at this. This is the receiver from the DJI mic. It is actually bigger than this thing. How are they doing that? You know, to cram all that tech into here. This little module right here is where they really upgraded it. I'm gonna pull out the current Mobile 6 module so that you can see here. Not only did they upgrade the Mobile 7, they actually made it smaller. Look at this. This is smaller than the Mobile 6. Isn't that crazy? Yeah, they've made a lot of changes to this. Smaller, and it still expand quite a bit. Okay, so I do have a case on this phone right here, and it fits well on here. Yeah, and so this is where that upgrade is right here. These 4 pins right here connects to this 4 pin right here to tell you that, hey, this thing is connected. And I need to turn it on because it went to sleep. I mean, very similar to the Mobile 6 in my opinion. So let's go ahead and bust out the Mobile 6 right here. Let's look at the size of the Mobile 6. It's actually, because of the way the tripod is actually smaller, less footprint. Look at that. They moved the USB-C that is on the Mobile 6 right here. They moved that to the other side now. And then one thing about this clamp right here is that it does have more pins on over here for this module. And now when I plug it in, it lights up red. Now obviously you're thinking to yourself like, how does it know? Well, it doesn't really know, guys. You have to use a USB-C cord to connect. I'm using an iPhone 16 Pro Max, by the way. Okay, so I think I finally got it figured out. I thought I had to push some kind of button on the module itself, but really, no. I will get into that in a little bit, by the way. I think I got everything figured out now. All right, so first off, the usual tracking thing that I've seen on these kind of tracking device is that whenever you do a gesture, so for instance, if I were to go like this right here, it knows to track me, use a hand gesture, and it will track you with the hand gesture. Okay. Now, obviously, you see that how it's kind of on the side right now. It starts tracking and framing you exactly how you have it set up, which is a good and bad thing, to be honest with you. And so right now, what it's doing is tracking me, but you see, I'm kind of on the one side of the frame. I'm really not in the middle of the frame, right? So I can double tap, and then it's going to try to fix that. You see that? So now I'm kind of in the middle now, rather than on the side of the frame. And so I guess it's a good and bad thing depending on how you use this product. With me is I like to off center my subject sometime, and I like to stay that way and still track. And so I guess this is a good thing for me. Okay, so let's go ahead and stop that. If I want to record, I can just do this right here, and it knows to hit the record button for me. I've used these kind of tracking module before, and the thing that always gets me after the hype is over is that everyone does the whole face tracking, yourself, your selfie, that kind of stuff, but no one thought about, I'm the cameraman and I want to shoot my subject and I want to track my subject. Look at this, okay? This module right here, I can actually take this thing out and then reverse this. Okay, so DJI has made it to where I can flip this thing towards my subject and actually flip my camera around and record my subject. On top of that, the other products that I've used that has this kind of module, usually you would have to, you know, raise your hand and stuff like that in order for it to start tracking you. But this one right here, they've built it in to where it starts tracking when you tap this once. So now, right now, it's tracking me. And this is exactly what I want right here out of a product like this, because I'm always going to be the cameraman. I'm going to be shooting other people. I'm not the shoot myself type of thing. I don't need that because there's plenty of solution for that. What DJI has done here is that they've actually thought about people like me who are shooting other people. And here I'm actually tracking other people as I'm behind the camera. Does that make sense? That's the one thing that a lot of other product doesn't think about, is that how do I track other people because I'm the cameraman? And that's where a lot of other products are missing. I think it's one of those things where I really think they study their competitors and go, let's add a little more to what we think tracking should be. And I think this, so far, guys, this is really good right here. I'm very impressed with this so far. I didn't really think I was going to be that impressed because I've seen this type of stuff before. When they announced this, I was like, oh, okay, it's nothing new. Anyway, you guys have probably heard that it does work with the DJI mic and things like that. I think they advertised the Mini on there. Okay, so I really had to stop the video to read up on this because I wanted to know if my DJI Mic 1 and DJI Mic 2, which I own both, will work on the OM7P, and it doesn't look like it does. It looks like it's only work for DJI Mini. So I guess that's it right there. With the DJI Mic 1 and Mic 2, you can actually connect Bluetooth to your phone, so I guess I can work it that way. But yeah, natively working, only DJI Mini will work with this thing, it looks like. Anyway, that's a little disappointing part right there. Okay, so lastly, let's talk about the fill light real quick. The fill light can, you know, it's a normal fill light where, you know, it will change to warm and cool light by pressing this button right here. I believe if I hold it, it can change to like a different Kelvin or something like that. Anyway, guys, it's stuff that I've seen before. I actually, on my Mobile 6, what I did was I did a little mod right here where I bought this little thing. It's also a fill light, and there's this magnet up on the top here, and you attached it to the clamp, and yeah, you can put a fill light on there as well. It works for me, and that's what it looks like right there. So I'm glad that they built it in. Anyway, that saves you the money right there. The last thing that I want to mention though is that I do have this little puck right here, and what I do is I actually use this. Let me just detach this. By the way, it's really nice that it detached out of the gimbal, and you can still use your phone right here. The entire thing detached like so. So I'm glad that they did that. It's very smart. Anyway, so the way I've been using my Mobile 6 is that I've been using this little puck right here, and it just, you know, MagSafe attached to the back of the phone right here, guys. And then I just drop it on top of here, So anyway, yeah, you don't have to use a little clamp for your phone, which I didn't want to use at all, this little clamp right here, because I want it to be just MagSafe. And yeah, right now I can have a MagSafe on my Mobile 6 right here, no problem at all. When I take it out, it knows because there's actually a little groove on here that press into this little button right here on the Mobile 6, and it knows that, hey, there's no phone connected, that kind of stuff. On the new one though, I guess I can still use this. The big thing on the new one here, notice it doesn't turn on right now, because these pins right here is what makes the difference, guys. This is what makes the difference right here on the new Mobile 7, because it talks to the camera and all that good stuff. So the stuff, if you guys did buy like these accessory, you probably won't be able to use it on the Mobile 7. I just want to point that out. It's, yeah, right now it's not working at all. Ooh, wait. It actually works. Look. Wait. It's working. Yeah, I just actually had to get it out of sleep mode. Okay, so it does work. So guys, if you don't need the fancy tracking and stuff like that, you probably don't need to use the clamp. Okay, this changes everything. All right, guys. So my verdict on this Osmo Mobile 7P. I would say depending on your needs. Okay, so if you are a, let's say, TikTok, Instagram creator, and you have yet to buy the Pocket 3, okay, you know what the Pocket 3 is? If you have not bought that yet, and you're still shooting on your phone, this is probably a good investment for you, because I think the tracking is great. You should definitely use, you should definitely buy the 7P. Do not buy the 7, because there's no point in buying the 7. These gimbal, it can handle your phone. It doesn't matter if you go to the Osmo Mobile 5. It will handle your phone with the case and all that good stuff. So I don't think you need to buy the regular 7, but with the 7P, with this new module, I think this is great for content creator. And I definitely recommend it. If you don't have the Pocket 3 yet, which the Pocket 3 is like 5 times more than what the Mobile 7 is. So I recommend you getting this, okay? Now, if you're doing an upgrade, for the people that has the Mobile 6 and want to upgrade to this, I don't think it's worth to dish out the money to get the Mobile 7P, because really, guys, you can do tracking on your phone on the Mobile 6 already. You don't need the Mobile 7. So I would say that right there, if you're thinking about upgrading, I don't think it's worth upgrading. Now, Mobile 6, if you really want to upgrade, buy the Pocket 3. Save your money, buy the Pocket 3. That's what I would recommend. But for people who have never used this before and you're thinking of getting into content creation, yeah, the 7P is a good choice to buy right now. I would skip the 6, go straight to the 7P, because there's tech on there that they've done so that you, as a content creator that's starting out, will be able to use your phone. It charges the phone, by the way, at the same time you're using the product. So really, if you're going live and things like that, yeah, I totally would recommend this one, because you're using your phone to go live. Now you have tracking. That's something that this Mobile 6 will not be able to provide you. Anyway, guys, what do you guys think? Let me know. There's a lot of choices now for content creators, and I hope that this video helps someone, because for me, starting out creating content, it's kind of hard. It's kind of hard. There's a lot of choices out there. You don't know which one to pick. So there you go. That's what I would recommend right there, from upgrading to people who have never used it before, to if you're thinking about going a little bit the extra mile, I would say Pocket 3. It's the way to go if you want to do that. Let me know what you think. Have a good one. Bye-bye.